that are you?
But a bookmarklet. I have a little bookmarklet that when I get it ready to do the broadcasting, it automatically fills in the title with today's date, and it says, stand up for this date. So it's cool. So I don't have to type anything.
Oh, I love
that. Saved I spent I don't know, spent 20 minutes or not even that, probably 10, probably like 5, spent a couple minutes building it. And then I saved like 2.3 seconds every week. So it's fine. I think it's finally paid off, is my guess.
Well, maybe there's some sort of cognitive burden that goes along with that as well.
It's true. It probably is. It's a lot to be said for removing stuff off of your cognitive plate. That being said, we've been recording for a little while, so hello, welcome everybody. I do find it amazing that there are some people who do seem to watch some of these. So I think the deep dives are more popular than the stand-up meetings, though, actually, to be fair. That being said, Caroline, you're the first box. What you got?
I'm just plugging away, enjoying testing, enjoying the benefits of testing, enjoying the benefits of shared templates. I had a really good conversation with Matt and Vivian on Wednesday about just their process for converting A to J author interviews to DocAssembly, and
they who did you have the conversation with?
Vivian and Matt in Illinois.
Oh, okay, in Illinois, yeah.
And they've got 48 to go, but they've got a system. And they said, I think I didn't realize this until the last grant partners meeting, that Michigan, I don't know, somehow I didn't clock it. And so Matt reminded me that Brett and Emily are doing a similar thing in Michigan. And of course, Brett is so systematic and organized about everything. And Matt was, sort of reminding me about that kind of standardization. So I'm going to try and get in touch with them and see, because there were some things I sort of kind of do, but hadn't kind of
codified it.
Yeah, exactly. And it was really helpful to talk to Emily and Matt about that, just thinking out about it. Yeah. So it's not what I had thought was, let's just, plug an A to J author interview into the Weaver and come out with a doc. Unfortunately, it's not quite that, but it's it still helps you think through all the checklists and things you need to do and stuff. So that was, and I think they appreciated my spreadsheet based on all the testing spreadsheets that we did with the 209A back in the beginning of the assembly line that I use all the time now. So, yeah, it was really good. I just, if we get time, I just let somebody look at this question block and figure out is the space in the wrong place? Am I doing something wrong with this checkboxes? Because I can't figure out what the problem is. Anyway, that's me.
Checkbox problems.
Yeah, it's a checkbox problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. Maybe we'll have some time. Maybe someone has an idea. Bryce, I know at least one thing you can talk about.
Yeah. We will be live e-filing in Massachusetts through the appeals court on Monday. We could technically go live now.
Not right before the weekend.
Yeah, but no one's actually. It's one of those it's not 5 p.m. on a Friday. I'd be able to look at it, but we don't get enough traffic to actually have anyone come before now and now in the weekend. So yeah, Monday, everything is ready. I'm releasing 12 different packages because that's how our stuff works. But yeah, so
congratulations.
Well done.
Hopefully it is good. If anyone has opinions on things or wants to see what it looks like, I think it's on dev. I think it's pointing on dev. But yeah, you can look on dev. It's pointing not at production because I was testing on production for a bit. But if you want to see what it looks like, and if you're just any other things that pop out, feel free to check it out.
Very exciting.
That's the motion to stay eviction, or
yes.
That you starting with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Exciting.
That's it though.
Cool.
I've been doing that a whole lot. I thought I was I'll be able to make do the test request on Wednesday, and that spread out into late last night. And I could have done it late last night, but I was like, Paul is not going to respond, and I don't want to have something sitting on
No,
production desk overnight. That just doesn't feel right. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, that's all I've been doing.
cool.
That's
Well,
exciting.
very cool.
Yeah.
I guess this means we now officially can, once the dust settles, don't hurry yourself, but then we can ping Tyler on the ECF5 stuff / annual.
Yes, yeah. If we want to do that, it might be. We can talk about it more, but it's one of those I haven't been able to, because I've been focusing on this a bit more
Yeah,
and
that's fine.
been working with Matt stuff. I haven't been able to like do the thorough test stuff, but
Well, then we'll just
But,
move
like,
to do
yeah,
that.
it's when knowing how long it generally takes them to get started, at least. Once they get started, it doesn't take super long, but like I don't think they'll pick it up for a while.
Yeah.
We can at least reach out. Yeah. So
All right, cool. Anything else? I mean, not that it has to be, that's a lot of stuff.
It's one thing, but a big thing.
no, I don't think there's anything else. So
All right, cool. And yeah, cool. Michelle.
I don't remember when I last checked in about whatever I was doing. I haven't done much this week, that's for sure. Last week was pretty much a loss as well. So, but I have a couple PRs in to PRs on PRs. Might improve some quality of life things, might be able to do the isolation on GitHub stuff, but that requires a lot of work from Bryce too, no rush. So, I might,
I am not.
Looking
I can say I'm probably not going to get to it before I leave. So
okay.
sorry,
All
sort of
right.
like happy to. Yeah, but
I might just make stuff up, I guess. Sounds good. Yeah. We can always fix it in post, right?
yeah,
That's it.
I don't want to hold you up on stuff. Just so.
Sure. So, other than that, I belatedly remembered that there was some like court address verification stuff, court information verification stuff that Quentin mentioned a while ago that needed to be done by and or in September or something like that. I could possibly take a look at that. I don't remember it being a huge burden last time, so it might be doable.
Oh,
But
okay.
you remember what I'm talking about? Something?
I don't remember a deadline, but
court
yeah,
addresses and-
I'm sure it was just like we haven't made sure all of our court information is up to date. So maybe we should. Is that possibly?
That might have been. Yeah.
I don't know if we have an issue for it anywhere. We probably should like have a recurring task for it or something.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I need more details. I need a lot more details about what it is we need to verify and stuff like that. So just like a
Jessica's
link
still,
to the file where the information is and a link to an example of where online it would be.
I
Sorry,
see. I
Jessica.
found the issue. Yeah.
Okay, great.
In March, we
Oh,
opened
and
it,
a
just to say.
course. Okay.
We said maybe someone could work on it in the summer or in the fall. Actually, this reminds me, it might be a good one. It might be a
Yeah.
good clinic project because it's pretty accessible.
Oh.
and, Je- and Jessica already did, is this just is this updating the same courts database stuff? Like adding stuff to,
You think but Jessica is one of the fellows. I don't know if it's a good project for her. But
yeah, well, it
she
might
does
be,
know it.
yeah, she knows it, and it might be,
Maybe.
courts are,
Yeah.
but we can scope it out
Yeah.
and see how big it is.
If she wants
It still
to
needed
learn-
some attention from someone who was more familiar with it afterwards. So I'm not entirely convinced if it's not a great project for her to keep, if it's worth having her start it.
I see. Got you.
She may not be as, she learns stuff to do it, but someone else probably maybe could learn as
Yeah,
much.
well, maybe we could do it.
It's
Yeah.
helpful. But yeah, we'll see.
if
Depends on who
anyone,
else is there and who else is interested. If that seems good to you, Michelle, I think you can. We haven't described the project yet, but also we now have many clinic students and they're going to start needing projects soon too. So you don't necessarily have to jump on it.
oh, okay, that's fine. If anyone
if you really want
needs
to.
or wants help doing browser automation stuff, let me know. I can probably even figure out Selenium if it comes down to it. That'll be a pain in the but because Selenium is maybe it's gotten better since I last used. But could do Selenium or could do Puppeteer or that kind of stuff. But if they're just gonna do it manually, that's fine too.
I feel like there are some like large JSON files on the core website.
Yeah.
But
Oh, cool.
also they might diverge from what's shown on some of the web pages.
There's
Uh-huh.
no
That's
canonical
what I
version.
remember from a while ago.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I mean, I have plenty to do, so I can leave that to the students. I'm happy to do that. Yeah, I just thought that I'd forgotten some kind of deadline. So I'm glad. That's great.
No, it's just like a vague idea that we could do it sometime this year. And
Okay.
that it might happen in the fall. That's
All right,
all.
well, keep me up to date. Okay, I think that's it for me.
Quentin.
Great. All right, so busy week with classes and clinic. I have been taking on some issues on the assembly line repo, some of the smaller ones to try to make some progress on it. Working on some content about generative AI for legal tech class outside of my actual class. I'm thinking trying to make it a more modular piece that can be used. And had a pretty interesting session. I was sitting in on a class someone else was doing on generative AI, and it was inspiring thinking through about it was a pretty interesting way that they did it using the OpenAI playground. And it made me think a little bit more about some of the things we've had in our backlog with generative AI integrations for the assembly line and for the Weaver. So I'm inspired to do that. And then the last thing that I was working on was just a little bit more on the website. So still more to go on that. That's like plugging along. I want to make sure we get a Next.js version of the Court Forms Online website up this fall. So I'm going to keep trying to work on that.
Cool.
That's pretty much it.
If
And
you-
in case you didn't hear, Quentin was nominated for an award, the American Legal Technology, American Technology,
As
what's it
was
called?
David.
The
to be
American
clear.
Legal Technology Awards. Yes.
As
At
was
first
David.
Yes, I thought the lab was nominated, and then later came out that it was both of us, individually in different categories.
Were you,
So-
was this one that you did before? We wrote letters and stuff, trying to get you this award before, like 2 years ago, if not less.
Yeah, the first year that it
Yeah,
happened.
I think
Like
the
a
first year
dark
people.
blue
Yeah.
background.
Yes, a dark blue background. That's right. It's like a vector-based trophy.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Um,
exciting.
Figure
Yeah,
out
yes.
if it's worth any of us going to Nashville to try to receive the award.
And
But
for those of
they've
you watching
chosen
the
it on
recording, of
Columbus Day
course,
weekend.
it would be nice, but we might have other things in our schedule that.
whether we'll be able to, I should have said. That's the
Where is
problem.
it, Quentin?
It's over Columbus Day weekend. It's in Nashville.
Oh,
Cat Moon's one of the organizers, and it's like overlaps with CleoCon, which is ridiculously expensive. And I found out there's no discounted tickets available either. So I don't think I could ask anyone with a straight face to pay for me to go to CleoCon. Or
Only time I've gone to CleoCon is when I was a speaker and they paid for everything. It was nice.
yeah, that's the goal. Let's see if they can
They
do
got like
Yeah.
a swag bag and
get to be a speaker and have your presentation be at the very beginning, so it's not hanging over you the whole time, so you can enjoy the
it wasn't the first day, it wasn't the last day. It worked out well, but yeah, you're right. Beforehand, I was like practicing because it was one of the biggest spaces I'd ever spoken in before, like seated like 300 or something. But now that talk, I'm very
I
proud
think it's
of.
a lot bigger even now. I think it's more than
Oh,
300 people now.
Oh, well, I was just in a little room, right? It's not like I was talking to everyone.
Oh, it's
I
a
was in one of
not a
the
single
concurrent,
track conference.
yeah, it's many track. I wasn't like speaking to everyone. But I use that video now as I have my students watch it to get an idea of things.
Very nice.
Well, yeah, the awards, the filing, still in a holding pattern, waiting to hear back about grant stuff. But no news is no news.
It's not,
So,
it's not bad news.
No news is not bad news. That's right. That's right. I'm reminded when my dad used to fight. He was a firefighter. He did like well, he was a firefighter in multiple respects, but the times that I remember is when he used to fight forest fires with the Forest Service. He had his car to go do that. And so like he did like the Yellowstone fires and some of the big ones. And that was always no news is good news, because he'd go off and
You
said,
wouldn't hear
haven't heard
anything.
anything. Okay, that's good. Haven't heard anything. That's good. Just keep telling ourselves that.
That's something.
So. All right, well, that's that. Then I will stop recording and we can